So we go to this house party, totally hammered. We don't know anybody there. And Drew picks a fight with a guy that is missing an arm. The guy's got one arm. And Drew's like, what, you think you're cool? Like, you're not special just because you're missing an arm? I'll fucking fight you right now. I don't even care. And I look at everybody at the party and I'm like, dude, I'll help you drag him out front and beat his ass because I felt so bad. So I'm like, we got to get out of here, dude. Everybody there was starting to turn on us. So I finally got Drew out of there, and then we ended up sleeping in his Rambler, waking up the next morning in like 100 degrees out in the backseat of his Rambler.
When I met Drew, it was like maybe 80, 81. He showed up at my house with a Spider-Man costume on, made like designed for 5-year-olds, with the elastic band and the plastic front mask with the full gear on. Asked me, hey, my name's Drew. You want to go trick-or-treating? I said, yeah, man, let's go. And we went trick-or-treating. We got a bunch of candy. Drew was the man. He will be missed. And oh my God, the universe is not the same.
Okay, all I'm going to say is the first time I seen Drew, well, he was the first punk rock guy I ever saw in my entire life. And it was fall of 1978. And I was like 14 when I got into high school, just a couple days before my birthday. And I remember distinctly everyone talking about, did you see this crazy guy at school? And he was literally, he had bright red hair, standing straight up. And he was really skinny. And I remember seeing him walking around, and I remember everyone just sort of wondering who the hell this guy was and why was he like this. And I remember admiring him because he took a lot of abuse. He did. It was not easy to be. You got to remember, it was 1978. Okay, it's not like it is now. Somebody with tattoos and weirdness is accepted now, but back then he would get beat up and chased, and he kind of liked that. I thought. I think that's why he did it. He kind of thought of himself as like a outsider in a lot of ways. And I just remember, I admired that fact that he had the courage to be himself. And that was him, by the way. He was not playing the role of a punk rock guy. He was punk rock guy. A lot of guys put on the gear and say, I'm punk guy now. I turned punk. Dude, guess what? I'm punk now. What is a punk? I'm not sure, but I'll be that guy next week. But Drew, he lived it to the day he died. Everyone you talk to at this event, even the people who just meet him, will tell you they hated him at first. That they were saying they couldn't stand him. They weren't sure who he was. He was annoying, but he grew on you. They would say that he's like, after a few months, you started to like the guy because. And I was just talking to a guy who was one of these painters, and he was saying that Drew would come up and he made a mistake. He would apologize for it. Not a lot of guys are capable of admitting, having that humility and admitting when they make a mistake and coming back and saying, And then there was a couple guys who would tell him, he would be like, I'm not doing that. You suck or whatever. And then a few minutes later, he'd come back. I'm sorry, man. I was kind of out of man. That was Drew, though. He could be over the top, but he could be also very, very kind person. And I'm sure if you talk to his wife, he's probably got other, memories of his softer side. But I just remember Drew was the first punk rock guy I ever saw in my life, and I'll never forget that because he trailblazed for a lot of us, and a lot of people who came after him felt comfortable enough to follow him and admired the fact that he could be who he wanted to be and wear whatever he wanted to wear, because at that time nobody knew what punk rock was, so we kind of just made it up as we went. And I just admired Drew for that. He was original freaking punk rock guy.
He got this weird idea that he wanted to put mustard inside my ears. So I wake up with Drew with the mustard bottle in my ear, squeezing the mustard in my ears.
He'd pass that all the time, and we'd violate him. I put cat litter. I put cat turds in his pocket. So when he woke up, he was driving. I filled his pocket full of cat, out of my cat box. I just opened him and shoved it in. So when he got up the next day to leave, he's driving and didn't realize, he thought he stepped in it. He gets out and he's like, what's in my pocket? And he ends up just pissing me off, dude. So I kick him out, right? So I'm thinking he leaves. Well, he's on the porch sleeping with my dog, right? In the dog house, right? This dog house is like not big enough, but he's inside with his feet sticking out. And he's crawled up next to my dog, snuggling, just passed out, dude. I think he's gone. I walk out and I go, oh my God, dude. It was the hottest picture. This is not, he couldn't get all the way in. He could only get up to here. And I look, my dog's all happy. He's nice
and warm. And
hey, man.
Oh, that is classic.
That is how he rolled, dude. It's funny, though, because he'd come over and annoy us. We'd kick him out.
Yeah, I was at his house.
Yeah, I was there. I saw the original Poison Brain drink being made. Drew named himself and he hated it.
Yep, that's it, dude.
Hey, Paul.
He named himself.
Made his nickname up by naming the drink.
Let's see, Drew. Okay, Drew quote, famous quote. My Rambler is the best car in the world. I don't even care. Fuck the bros. Burn it out. Okay, there's my Drew. Drew will be greatly missed. Sad to see him go. And it was, I'm sure it was a shock to everyone.
Yeah, the cops took me away that night.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know until I woke up the next morning in the drunk tank, you know, because we were doing two-and-alls. We were drinking and doing two-and-alls. How ridiculous is that? But that's what we were doing. And then we were doing the beer bong, and somebody put some more in the beer bong when I was doing it.
Somebody put vodka in it?
I didn't even know I was even alive. I was just walking around.
Oh, good.
It's me, Jeff Radowski, Steve Reynolds, Brian Emmons.
Half-day fishing boat. Oh, dude, it was crazy. We're fishing, and the fish are boiling, and the dolphins are swimming, and we're just tripping. All these people on the boat, and we're like he's got a fish on his head.
Yeah, we all went at lunch.
Right. A fish on his head. Who gets a fish on their head? I remember that. Poison Brain.
Yeah. I know, it totally makes sense.
Division, didn't he shut Joy Division down when they, or no, Killing Joe?
Killing Joe.
Yeah, Killing Joe was going to play, and they fucking walked off the stage because of Drew.
Was it Palladium?
Yeah. Huh?
Was it at the Palladium?
I thought it was in the Radio City.
Drew was bumming him out, and Killing Joe just said, fuck
Well,
it.
he did that for that. He got kicked out of John Wobble. He got kicked out of fucking every show he went to.
Radio City. I remember.
It was Radio City.
Yeah, Radio City.
Yeah.
You could never
Killing
find
Joe was going to play. Like, they came from England to play, and they didn't play because of Drew.
We're in Emmett's truck, and he's at it. Remember his gold pickup truck?
Yeah.
Well, we're in the back. He's in the back of the truck, and we went to this party, and we ended up leaving this party. There's a bunch of jocks, right? Well, Drew starts fucking mouthing off to him, right, and just telling him, "Fuck you, we'll kick your ass, faggots!" Well, next thing you know, fucking the whole party invades this truck and just starts fucking pulling us out and just fucking. Next thing you know, we're fighting because we couldn't go anywhere. Drew gets out of the car and runs. Pussy and me and Freeman. And we end up, the guys are literally punching. Next, we're fighting out until we get this war going in the street. Drew started to run. So when I saw him, dude, I tackled him and just.
Well, we're here for Drew. Remembrance of the man, the myth, the legend. And never shall we be able to run across that cackling young entrepreneur, stud, / punk rock phenom, Drew, the man, the myth, Conahan.